time to storm the gym of the Lightning American. And as I said in the last part, there's something fundamentally wrong with that. You know, all the locations in the series are completely fictitious. But here they go and say there is an America in this universe. Can we visit this America sometime? Are there Pokémon in this America? And yes, I'm aware that Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, and Hoenn are all based on real parts of Japan. In fact, Celadon and Saffron are where Tokyo would be on the real map of Japan. But then, if you don't call Japan, Japan, why call America, America? That doesn't make sense. And another fun thing is that the only known American in the Pokémon universe is a war vet. Is it because of the reputation Americans have in the rest of the world as sort of war-loving people? Or is it just because of the cult the Americans have for their military, which is much larger than anywhere else in the world? And I know, because here in Canada the military is a laughing stock. We don't hesitate one moment before making jokes about the military or anything like that. You wouldn't see anything like that in America, no! But anyway, the highlight of this gym isn't the underlings or the gym leader for that matter. It's the annoying puzzle that's required to get to the gym leader. I mean, sure, in other puzzles across the Pokémon series, they all require some brain power to solve, but this one, it's all dumb luck! There is no way to know which trash can you have to find the switch in, and if you do find the switch, then it's... Whoa! The music just did something really weird there. Like it skipped a note or something. Anyway, once you find the first switch, you have a variable chance of finding the second depending on where was the first switch. If it was in a corner, you have a 1 in 2 chance. If it was anywhere else on the sides, you have a 1 in 3 chance. And if you're unlucky enough to have found the first switch among the 3 in the middle, then it's a 1 in 4 chance you have. And after playing with save states, I can tell you that only the first switch is found at the beginning, and the second switch's location is determined only after you flick the first switch. So as I said, it's all dumb luck, and when Lady Luck refuses to collaborate, then it becomes unending torture, like I could eat my way through these metal doors faster than I could find the switches. Oh, and you gotta remember, there's already trash in those trash cans. Now what kind of trash is it? Is it just papers or spaghetti leftovers? I imagine he must not be getting many challengers if that's the latter. Anyway, I said it was not my style to... Hey, not bad, I already found one! But if I mess this up, then I'm going to accelerate the video, even though I said before I don't like doing it, because I don't want you to sit... Okay, I'm feeling this one. Ah, man, no fair. So here we go. I'm gonna accelerate this.
Never bother you, never bother me. I feel happy and fine. Ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Having got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Never bother you, never bother me. I feel happy and fine. Ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Having got a lot, I don't need a lot.
Okay, this is my third attempt now, so this one... Yes! Yes! Got it! Finally! Well, I say finally. It wasn't as long as some of my previous tries, but still, it's always too long. This thing is always too long. Anyway, it's time to face off against Lieutenant Surge now, and if I remember, all his Pokemon have Thunderbolt, given that it's the TM he gives me at the end of the fight. That should come as no surprise. And one thing I've been wondering about Thunderbolt for a while now is that Well, its Japanese name is 100,000 volts, but when the name is displayed in Japanese in a game, it's 10 something. Does that mean the Japanese have a word for 10,000 or something like that? So after Lieutenant Surge's big nostalgia trip, it's time to get it on. And he just said that his Pokemon saved him during the war, so to answer my earlier question, I guess they do have Pokemon in America. So Voltorb was an easy kill. It's as easy as it gets when you have a Pokemon that can go stat point for stat point with him in terms of speed, and this one should be no different. Nope, here we go. So now it's time for his Raichu, which is his only Pokemon in yellow, except it's several levels higher. I think it's 27 or 29 or something like that. Is it enough? Nope! And Thunderbolt, that Thunderbolt means it's the first time a gym leader lands a hit on me. Well, that sequence wasn't gonna last forever anyway, but that's it. And I just won really easily. That Thunderbolt didn't do a whole lot of damage considering Alakazam's sky-high special stat. But that's what you get for saying I wouldn't last long in combat. It took me only 4 turns to take down your 3 Pokemon. So much cranks up your Pokemon speed. How can a badge improve my Pokemon stats if the only variables taken into account are the base stat, IVs, and EVs? How does that work? Is it misinformation again? Well, this time it's a good idea to teach it to an electric Pokemon, seeing how Thunderbolt is the best electric move and all, as opposed to Bubble Beam not being so for the water type. But then again, there are several other Pokemon that aren't electric that love using Thunderbolt, so yeah, who are you to tell me what to do with my TMs? Personally, I'm going to give it to the Gengar I'm going to acquire later in the game. And yeah, I said Gengar, not Zapdos, though I would have loved to have a second Thunderbolt TM to give to Zapdos, but I guess he's just gonna have to do with Thunder. Because yeah, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam, you can only start acquiring them in bulk with Crystal. Here they're one time only, and actually, Flamethrower isn't even a TM in this game, just Fire Blast. And it's a one-shot deal too, as Blaine gives it to you, and Blizzard and Thunder are also one-time TMs, which is a shame in Blizzard's case, since it has 90 accuracy in this game, which makes it, after Psychic, the best offensive move in the game. And yeah, the only problem is the low PP of 8. Which is why Ice Beam is still recommended on some Pokemon over Blizzard, despite the superior damage output. Okay, now I am going to begin Route 9, which I couldn't access before, since I didn't have Cut. And you know what entering Route 9 means? It's soon going to be time for the Rock Tunnel! And God, I hate this place. I really don't want to do it. I hate it even more than the Seafoam Islands and Victory Road, even though those two are harder. I guess it's just because you feel that it just drags on since it's so linear, whereas Seafoam Islands and Victory Road at least have puzzles, though that's not necessarily helping them feel shorter, but they still do somehow. But I suppose that's all down to personal taste. I imagine some of you just hate the Seafoam Islands to death, while others still hate Victory Road and don't really mind the Rock Tunnel. And what's the point of having 2 Oddishes and 2 Bellsprouts on top of that? They're all the same typing, they do practically the same thing. Talk about shoddy type coverage. For all that NPCs that don't fight you always seem to advocate having well-rounded teams with good type coverage, etc. Well, those trainers you can fight really should start following that advice. So that's it for now. Join me next time as I continue exploring Route 9.